jumbo shrimp, plastic silverware, old news, social impact content creator. Everything I just named is a popular example of what is known as an oxymoron, which is basically a word or phrase that seemingly contradicts itself. I definitely said that wrong, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it. And basically, I just want to, business casual. That's another one. But I really just want to focus on the last one I said before business casual, which was social impact content creator, aka my entire career. First off, what is a social impact content creator? That's a great question. Psych, no it's not. It's literally in the name. A social impact content creator is a creator seemingly or aiming to make a social impact through their content. Duh. Some great examples of this are Caulin Green, aka the Gen Z historian, Elena Wood, aka the Garbage Queen, or Christy, founder of the Green Jobs Board, aka Brown Girl Green. Even organizations such as 4Ocean or Team Seas can fall under this category. Essentially, these are creators that have built platforms speaking on social issues, which in itself is an incredible undertaking because usually social issues are heavily politicized. And I don't know if you've ever spent time talking to your drunk racist uncle, but it's not fun. Important, sure. Fun, absolutely not. But that's the type of energy you're going to find in the comments of a social impact content creator. Just some piping hot takes nobody wants to hear. So before I dive into what makes this type of content an oxymoron, let me just be 100% clear. I think this is incredibly valuable and I support it wholeheartedly because, again, I make it myself. But it really does take a genuine and authentic approach, or else you just become the power that you're fighting against. Now, the easiest way for me to explain how this career path contradicts itself is actually using my own platform as an example. So to get into that, first of all, I'm Trash Caulin, but if it's easier, you can just call me Trash. Back in 2019 is when I started, and I was working on the beach, and it was blowing my mind how many people would come out to the beach and tell me that I had the best job in the world, they love bringing their family here, and then I would watch them leave all of their trash in the sand and fly back to wherever they were from. It was mostly Minnesota on a weird, no hate to Minnesota, but a lot of people from Minnesota were trashing it. Again, no hate to Minnesota, I'm just saying. So back then, I decided that I wanted to show this and document it. So I decided to make a series of me picking up trash every single day, and I wanted to just see how long I could go for. It turned in from a month mission, and then it went on to 100 days. 100 days turned into 365, and then eventually I went for 500 days straight of picking up trash and showing and making videos about what I was finding. That series alone built my platform and provided me opportunities such as speaking at Harvard. I was invited to the White House, and then ultimately TikTok invited me out to COP29, which was in Azerbaijan. Just opportunities I never would have imagined when I dropped out of college. After only 8 weeks, by the way, so if you dropped out of college, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. Hey, no debt. Anyway, this content quite literally changed my life and gave me a career. So I want you to keep that in mind as we get into this next part. So here is what a typical trash video that I make would look like. Welcome back to another day on the beach. Let's go find some trash. Well, that wasn't very hard. Here we go. I just found a lid, plastic. For me, that's just a green screen, but I'm assuming that I will put in the right amount of time for you to get the idea. Essentially, it's just, hey, I found a piece of trash. Yep, it's another piece of plastic. Hey, we gotta stop producing plastic so that this stops happening. I think you might be able to kind of see where I'm going with this now. And unfortunately, there hasn't been much progress in the ceasing of production of plastic. So I know I can go out to the beach every single day and make a video, most likely finding plastic. But what if I was successful, right? And we stopped making plastic and people stopped littering plastic in turn? What would my videos look like then? All right, welcome to another day on the beach. Let's see what's in the sand. Just sand and shells and maybe a couple footprints. A lot less entertaining, huh? Every single time I post a video, I am actively trying to end my career. And that's exactly what I mean by if you are not genuine and authentic in what you're doing as a social impact content creator, you easily become the power that you're fighting against. You have to do this with no ego, and you have to do this with a true mission, because if you're not, you can get comfortable in brand partnerships, the clout of everything, the attention that you get, being invited to talk at certain places. So why would I want to throw all of that away, for lack of a better term, if I was successful continually finding trash? This raises the question of, do I really want to solve this issue? Because if I do, I won't get to do all these cool opportunities that I've been given by talking about this issue in the first place. Oh, hold on. Got a piece of trash here. Let's go throw this away. I just got in my mouth. I can taste the microplastics. While I cleanse my palate and walk back to the trash can to throw this away, I just want to make a point that the contradictions don't even stop there. Even if we solved my mission, there's more to talk about. There's more social issues to tackle, but they're all connected. If you really trace most of these issues back, they come back to the same thing. And spoiler alert, it's money. And extremely rich people with that money exploiting you and the systems and services that keep you just barely having enough money, if that. We can't save the earth if we continually are mining and sourcing fossil fuels. And we're not gonna stop invading countries and committing mass genocide if we're still looking for that oil and power. And just me saying that, I know, could absolutely get this video shadow banned, and that's part of it. That's literally part of the point that I'm making. If I don't say that part, I'm not being truly genuine and truly authentic. I'm skipping a part. I'm leaving a truth out. And it's a lot easier for people to do that because sometimes they don't know all of the nuances of these larger issues that everything connects to, but it's part of it, and we can't leave that out. And a lot of people will leave it out, even if they do know, just because, well, you could get shadow banned or maybe even lose brand partnerships. And then again, that's going back to your finances and living comfortable. This is also oh, that's a really cool sandcastle. Hold on. A lot of work went into this. So good thing it's not turtle nesting season, or I would absolutely have to destroy all of this. Now, I made a video about this recently, but this is something that everybody deals with. This is not even just for social impact content creators. This is a form of censorship. If you're scared to speak out about social issues that you really care about, even with no platform, because you're scared or nervous about the social or professional repercussions you may face for doing so, that's censorship. That is a social censorship. And so a lot of people just decide, well, it doesn't directly affect me, or it's not my issue, and I don't know enough about it, so I'm just not going to talk about it or raise any awareness about it. But I think the best way to explain that is I didn't say anything when they came for my neighbor. I didn't say anything when they came for my classmate. I didn't say anything when they came for whoever. But then they came for me, and there was nobody to speak up for me. This is important. And if you're watching this and you're thinking about this career, I hope I'm not turning you away. I'm really just kind of laying out the groundwork of what it's gonna look like. It's not easy, it's extremely uncomfortable, but it's important. Okay, so now that we've talked about what it takes and some of the internal and external obstacles one may face while taking this career path, let's talk about what you can do. And not as an oxymoronic creator, but just as like a human being. Now, this part of the video isn't going to be a step-by-step guide. Instead, I want to tell you a story. This is a story of a hummingbird told by Native American grandmothers to their grandchildren. Now, I am not of Native American descent, so I'm not fully equipped and fit to be telling this story, but I think the context of it fits beautifully in this video, so I'm going to do my best to honor it. This is the story of the hummingbird. One day there was a massive wildfire in the forest. This forest fire was so big and caused so much terror that all of the animals that lived there had to flee. And as they were fleeing, the jaguar noticed a hummingbird flying toward the fire. Moments later, the jaguar saw that same hummingbird flying back away from the fire. So the jaguar asked Hummingbird, "What are you doing?" The hummingbird said, "I go to the river. I fill my beak with water, and I spray it on the fire." The jaguar laughed and said, "Are you crazy? Do you think you can extinguish such a big fire with your little beak on your own?" "No," said the hummingbird. "I know I can't. But this forest is my home. It shelters me. It feeds me. It's where my family and my friends lived. I am part of the forest, and the forest is part of me. So I can't just watch, I have to do what I can. At that moment, the forest spirits heard the hummingbird and were so moved by its devotion and love for the forest that they sent a torrential downpour, one so big that it put out the fire. The Native American grandmothers would tell this story to their tribe and conclude with, "Do you want to attract miracles in your life? Then do your part. You're not meant to save the world. You're not meant to solve every problem. But if you just focus and care about your little pocket of the universe, miracles can and will find you." And that is the story of the hummingbird. First time I heard it, it made me cry. I'm not even going to lie. So I hope it helps bring this video together in some context. Do your part. Be loud. Speak up. And don't stop. Thank you for watching. I will be back with another video very soon. But yeah, peace.